When William Mott traveled from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia to the West Coast, he had a vision to start an electrical contracting company. But his original destination was San Francisco.
I started in 1930 by my grandfather, who was William Mott, and he went from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, and originally stopped in San Francisco, but realized there was too much competition there, or I think they told him there was too much competition. So he moved to Vancouver, and as I said, started in 1930, and ran it until his death in 1961, and my dad took over at that time. And we were historically a large industrial company, or that's what it became in the 60s and 70s, and then the 80s changed that. We had to diversify. And I took over in 1986 as general manager and maintained that position for about 12 years. But we had to diversify during that time because the industrial market was dying off and the overall economy wasn't supporting the business. So we diversified. We went into wireless, data, fiber optics, and looked at smaller customers, smaller jobs, more diversity of customers that gave us a more depth for any economic downturn and allowed us to continue on in business and stay with a more static crew. Before, we were anywhere from a low of 15 guys in 1980s, early 80s, to sometimes 300. But now we run consistently about 180 to 200.
Since 1930, Mott Electric has grown. Today we have 3 divisions serving all size clients in the industrial, commercial, and institutional sectors, tenant services, residential, high-rises, and a wireless data service division.
Mott Electric serves the industry as a whole. We have all sorts of clients. We're diversified. We do pretty well everything from small service jobs all the way up to big industrial jobs. We have 3 divisions. One is our downtown tenant services division. They mainly do work in the downtown core, fitting out existing office buildings and fitting restaurants and storefronts and things like that. We also have a division called MTI. MTI is the division that installs cell antennas all over the province. And they do rooftops, towers, monopoles, that kind of thing. Lots of climbing, lots of high work for those guys, and lots of traveling too. They travel all over the province.
Well, I describe Mott's corporate culture as being defined by our people. You know, we have a lot of good quality people here who take a lot of pride in their work, from the field electricians, the admin staff, to the project managers and estimators. Mott's personnel strive to maintain the standards that they have set or has been set by previous Mott employees and to meet our customers' needs.
We try to focus on developing people from within to bring them up through the ranks. We have lots of foremen that started with us as apprentices, and we put them into various courses put on by the ECA, electrical project supervision, basic estimating. There's some other courses called better supervision. We do all the safety training as well, fall protection, confined space. And then for our office staff, some of the guys that came from the field, like myself, I started as a journeyman and then a foreman, and then came into the office. So I've been with them close to 30 years now.
Well, the future of Mott Electric, we're going to have to continue to have good people. Without the good people, we won't be as successful. So we have to continue with our mentoring program, whether it's field staff, electricians coming up, and through their apprenticeship, and good training of wide variety of training for them in the field, from project managers, estimators, to the admin staff.
I've been at Mott for just about 30 years, but it's always something different, so it's like starting a new job every time. So it's been lots of variety over the years. Mott Electric's always been good to make sure everybody's up to date with the latest technology and stuff, and also the latest social skills, and that they're always willing to have some good times too. You get to enjoy a lot of the fruits of your labor. You get to have a lot of good times. It's more than just a place to work. It's pretty well a family. What I'd say I'd enjoy the most is the different people you work with over the years, the different jobs, different situations. When I started at Mott, there was a lot of old guys, and then as the years went on, I got looking around and they didn't seem to have any more old guys working here anymore. And then I kind of realized what had happened. There were lots of good young guys, and I was one of the old guys. So it just kind of sneaks up on you, but I'd do it all over again in a heartbeat, and kind of look forward to every day. It's been really enjoyable.
Well, I got started when about 16 years ago, when I was 19. I got the opportunity to work at Mott as a truck driver in their yard. And I worked through my apprenticeship with them until I became a journeyman. And then our family left for about 5 years for Edmonton. And then I come back into Mott working as a project manager. Corporate culture here is really interesting. He's kind of formed the company corporate culture kind of around a family base. He's got a great way of bringing everybody in and making them feel included, and placing a lot of responsibility on people to produce, and with that, everybody knows everybody, so everybody's accountable for everything, and it seems to work really well. I don't know what he does, but I think whatever he is doing, it's sure working out. It's really fun environment to work in.
I've been with the company, it'll be 24 years in November. I'm the chief estimator. I'm in charge of everything that we bring into bid. The experience has been fantastic. Teamwork is very evident within this company. And it's just been beyond my wildest dreams. And somebody asked me the other day, hey Jim, if you had your choice of doing your dream job, what would it be? I said, I've been doing it for 20 years, But yeah, it's been good, real good. And it's getting better.
After 42 years at our previous location, our new home is a spacious 30,000 square foot facility. The new building gives the company room for growth and lots of space to work in a comfortable, open environment. Company President Danny Mott was joined by Arlene Mott and local dignitaries for the ceremonial ribbon cutting.
We moved to this new location because we had basically outgrown our other location. We wanted to expand, we wanted to bring more people into the office on the project managing estimating side, and we just didn't have the capacity in the old building. With this new building, it is going to be, for us, it's a real showcase. It shows our commitment to the future of the company, and that as part of our succession planning, we're bringing in younger people that we hope will be with Mott for many years to come. And we will continue to grow and continue to expand and continue to be able to serve our customers even better than we did before. It kind of feels like home. I said to Lisa Mott at one point in time, we can build a building, but she did so much work to make it a home for everybody. The pictures on the wall of Mott Electric with the motor winding shop, and the pictures of Dan's dad and his grandfather. That's the heritage of Mott Electric, 80 years. And that's the special touches that she brought to the building, make it a home.
After the ribbon cutting, it was time for our annual Family Day picnic.
I have two kids, so the family picnics are really important to us. I mean, I'm family friends with Dan, so I know Dan from when I was little. So having family and kids around for him is pretty important, and I want the same thing for my kids. So I try to get them here, get them to know the people, and get the people to know them too, because I mean, they're a part of who I know.
Invited guests include company employees and their families, along with our key suppliers, as well as company retirees.
Well, I started at Mott's on August the 3rd, 1949. And I worked for Dan's grandfather at that time. And they had just moved into their new building on Royal Avenue, 1111 Royal Avenue. And I was with them for 38 years. I left, retired 26 years ago this coming December. So, tremendous family. Mr. Mott Sr. Was a tremendous man.
I started out with Mott in 1970. I was a welder. So I started out with Mott doing that, just welding in substation. And then while I was doing that, I had a chance to take up an apprenticeship. They gave me a chance to take up an apprenticeship. And I worked for Mott for 32 years, I think it is. And Mott Electric is a great company and I'm not saying this, but you look around here, look at the spread they put on for this thing here, look at the way they treat their employees. It is a great company to work for. Well, the best part is working is something that you like to do, which is my recipe for happiness. If you like what you're doing, you can't help but being happy. I can imagine getting up in the morning and going to work at something that I don't like to do. Day in and day out, like 32 years, for example. Can you imagine the amount of grief a guy would build up? Yeah.
Attracting good employees, retaining those employees, and having a good culture where everybody has fun and likes to stay. My dad told me early on, he said he wasn't a real people guy, which made it kind of interesting. His statement was, you have one responsibility in your job, and that is to make sure your employees get a full paycheck every year. And so that was an interesting culture-specific thing that he handed down that we've tried to do. I mean, that's, you know, we obviously we're in business to make money, but we're in business to employ as many people as possible that have fun in what they do, enjoy coming to work.
Hey, who wants to try and dunk me? It's getting hot sitting up here. Come on! That's a bad throw. You couldn't hit a barn. You can do better than that. You guys are bad shots. I'm never gonna get wet. Oh, hey, he's not one of us. Hey, who invited him?
This year's picnic attracted over 300 people who enjoyed hundreds of hot dogs, hamburgers, corn on the cob, and lots of ice cream.
If my grandfather saw the business today, he'd have to think he'd probably be surprised that it's still around. I don't think the statistics would have been there for him to understand then, but certainly statistics now point to 85% failure rate for third generation. Probably he'd certainly be surprised at the technology we've gone into, the happiness of the workforce. It's a different world out there today. You treat people differently. So I think overall he'd be pretty proud of the way things are going, that we've got a good, progressive, steady workforce. That's important to have that workforce. You try and keep it fairly static. Try and take the big ups and downs out of the game so that everybody kind of stays part of the family.